Hello, my name is Lucas. This is the Buddy Read tag. I was tagged by the creator himself, Noah, from Everyone Who Reads It Must Converse, a fantastic channel, radiantly positive, that covers difficult texts and spirituality as well, as far as I can tell. I don't really watch those videos, but I do watch from time to time his videos on Borges lately. I think he's stopped for a little bit on that author, but he covers a lot of other people, a lot of really difficult texts, so it's very cool. He's a great guy, and he tagged me, so I have to comply as it rains next to my drying clothes and the camera. Did I already point those out? I don't know. Number 10, tag your buddies. I will tag Attention! And I will tag Mr. Nothing, my mortal enemy, of course, as always. And possibly, let's see, Book Time with Elvis, let's tag him too. Try to mix it up a little bit. Let's go back to number 1, okay. Accountability. Do you like buddy reads? Yeah, sure, why not? I think I've only been in 3. However, they were not buddy reads so much as challenges for the BookTube Federation Championship, as you will now know if you don't already. My good friend, Dr. Strike the Sun, is the former BookTube Federation champion, the inaugural BookTube Federation champion, and he challenged Una and Crypto over at Codex Cantina with Noah from Everyone Who Reads It Must Converse getting into the mix himself, evening up the score, and that was good fun. They made some great videos in response to my videos to treat BookTube the way it should be treated, which is as a professional wrestling promo. And that's a fact, okay? I've also done one for October, the narrative of Arthur Gordon Pym of Nantucket, with Mr. Nothing and Socrates Jones, who both challenged me, and Dr. Strike the Sun, and they lost. They failed because the Brazen Bell stole the BookTube Federation Championship from Dr. Strike the Sun. However, last month, there was a return with another challenge from Socrates Jones and Mr. Nothing, who recruited the help of Captain Bookman to challenge me, Lucas, from Bits of Lit, Dr. Strike the Sun, and the Brazen Bell for the BookTube Federation Championship by reading On Stranger Tides by Tim Powers. And once again, they lost, okay? As you can tell, something about the air in Shanghai just breeds the championship lifestyle and the champion aura, we should say. So yeah, I like to do buddy reads. If you would like to do one with me, you better not just say, hey, you want to do a buddy read? Because, come on, okay? Challenge me. I dare you. Anybody who's not familiar with anything on my channel is going to be completely lost by that. We've lost the rookies. Let's keep moving. Okay. Sharing. Is there an ideal sized group for buddy reads? I would say however many you're happy with, I guess. It doesn't really matter, I think, but 3 channels I think is good fun, you know. Had a lot of fun. 2 channels is also fun. I had a lot of fun though with the crossover with Noah and Crypto and Una. That was good fun, talking about the Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man by James Joyce. Even though I didn't like the book, I saw there was a lot of talent, and I thought it was really incredible in a lot of ways. But also, I thought it was pretentious, and I hated it. because it was pretentious, not because of how it was written. I thought it was, well, now that I'm thinking back on it, I think it was well written. I don't know if I thought it was well written at the time. I can't remember, but I remember being impressed with some parts and also thinking, this is pretentious. Okay, number 3, duration. Are shorter or longer works better for buddy reads? I would say the best kind of book is the book that everyone can finish, okay? Longer could be fun, I suppose. I don't think A Portrait of the Artist of the Young Man was all that long, but we did break it up into chapters. Una and Crypto did a before you read. I did chapter 1, and Noah did chapter 2, and I did 3, and he did 4, and I think we both did 5. And I don't remember if Una and Crypto made another video, but yeah, that was good fun. Short or long, I just think as long as everyone can finish the book and give all their thoughts on everything. Cool. Number 4, community. There are many types of readers. Share a meeting of the minds. What? There are many types of readers. Share a meeting of minds. Well, I suppose in a way, if you've got a channel like Codex Cantina, who's a lot more in-depth and likes to get into the nitty-gritty of what's the meaning of the book, compared to me, who's just an emotional reader and likes to say, well, this happened and that was dumb and I don't like that and blah, blah, blah. That is a meeting of the minds. And then, of course, you've got Noah. I keep referring to the first one because it was the most dynamic. Not to say that my wars with Mr. Nothing were not dynamic. They were all in good fun as well. We had some good times and some great promos against each other. Mine were better, of course. But, yeah, I think when you've got that kind of dynamic of how people approach their reviews and whatever, maybe if someone likes to get into the history of what the historical context, to explain and think about that and how it influenced the writer, as we saw with Una and Crypto. Or if you want to see the sort of metaphorical meanings, you can get into that with Noah. And if you just want someone to complain, well, there's me. So that was good fun. And I will leave a link to all that I remember I talked about here. Perspectives. Number 5. There are many. Oh, wait. There are many types of readers. Share a difference in perspective. Well, I'm not going to talk about a buddy read I did. I do know that I'm going to talk about another buddy read I saw. Crypto and Una at Codex Cantina, they've been doing a lot of buddy reads, and they did one for, what is that dreadful book? Oh, Slaughterhouse 5 by Kurt Vonnegut. That is Una's favorite book, and they did a really good job of giving the context and maybe some hidden meanings and these kind of things to explain the nature of the book and how it goes back and forth in time and what that could mean and what the Tralfamadorian, I can't remember how to say it. I haven't read the book in a couple years, but I say dreadful because I think Vonnegut is a writer with some good ideas, some interesting ideas. Some things don't work for me in his writing. But again, just like James Joyce, I think he's incredibly pretentious and thinks he's the second coming of Christ. So I hate everything he's written. But they and the nerdy narrative and Christy Lewis and Dostoevsky in space and everyone else was like, yeah, this is pretty cool. And I think, yeah, it's kind of cool, except it's pretentious. Anyway, there are actually worse ones than that. But my favorite Vonnegut is, what's the one I read at the beginning of the year? I don't remember. I liked that one okay, but pretentious. The Ice 9 one, Cat's Cradle. But, oh man. Anyway, keep saying the word pretentious so much that it has lost meaning for me. So, number 6, challenges. Share a private or public challenge to read out of your comfort zone. Oh, share a private or public challenge to read out of your comfort zone. Well, then I feel like this is me having the opportunity to send out a challenge to somebody for the BookTube Federation Championship, in which the Brazen Bell will probably retain it, as he is the most nefarious, dastardly champion we've had ever. Hey, my gum over there. I suppose I will challenge. I want to stop talking about everyone who reads it must converse. And you know what? I'm going to challenge Brian at Bookish to make a video, a Poetry Thursday video, about a poem that he likes. And he has to talk about it. And that's it. He reads it and he talks about it. And that is my challenge to him. I did not prepare a BookTube Federation Championship challenge. Had I seen that, because I answer these off the cuff, had I seen that, I would have prepared something. That goes for you, Brian. I have to make a Poetry Thursday video now, which I haven't done for months. But Mr. Nothing is keeping the tradition alive. I actually got it from him, but that was years ago in college. Number 7, events. What is your favorite reading event and why? When I open my Kindle, that is my favorite reading event, because then I can read what I have on there. Number 8, can't stop a booktuber you have buddy read with the most. That would be Mr. Nothing from Around the Weird. And 9, won't stop a booktuber you haven't but want to buddy read with. It has to be somebody that would be... Well, you know what? I'm going to say Brian at Bookish. I don't know what book we would read, but I just feel like, you know, when you get into a buddy read, a challenge like that with a man from Texas, you don't know what's going to happen, you know. Any kind of things could happen. He might even be able to usurp the throne, so to speak. So I would say probably I would like to do a buddy read with Brian, but we'd have to find the right book. I'm thinking it would be, might be interesting to do a history book. I know he doesn't like to reread books all that often, so, and he taught history and is a bit of a historian himself, so I don't know what he's read. I'm sure he's read more histories than me, but I would like to probably, I'll see what happens, come what may. And that's that. It's gone on long enough. Goodbye.